Okay, guys, we are live! So for those listening at home, welcome to the Dungeon Musings YouTube channel. My name is Kevin Madison, and I'll be your friendly... Ooh, what am I going to be? I'm going to be your friendly, elusive man today, because today we're not going to be able to play because we're not going to be able to play our scheduled Warhammer 40k session, we have decided to take the evening and take out for a spin a very interesting fan-made RPG for Mass Effect, set in the world of the 4 video games that it is based on, but it is using the d20 system as its core, and it has... I think it's the Star Wars Revised Edition is its starting point, but there are bits of D20 Modern and Spycraft and Pathfinder and a unique stuff that seems to have been drawn from the video game into the game. You can find a link to this down below. It's free, and there's a website where the author of this, whose I guess that name I should say here. The author is, I'm sorry, it's a Brazilian name, I think, so I apologize now for my poor pronunciation. Yao Paulo de Vinha Santos is the lead designer. There's a bunch of other folks who helped with this. You can find a website with this full game linked in the description below, so if you want to check this out for yourself for free, you can do so. It's like a 460-page game, so like it's an incredible achievement. And with me to take this sucker to the table for the first time is one Mass Effect fanatic and one Mass Effect newbie. I don't think you've never played Mass Effect before, right, Jeff?
No, not at all.
Okay, so let me introduce you to the stars of tonight's session, which we're calling Guldwrex and Felix. I'll go the order I've got you guys on the screen here. Why don't you tell us who you are, who you're playing, and what's your familiarity with Mass Effect. First up, we've got James.
So, I'm James. I'm playing Guldwrex, the Krogan Battle Master, shotgun aficionado and buddy of Felix, who's now got him into trouble. And I play too much Mass Effect.
How many times have you completed the trilogy?
Let's not go there.
That's a lot of times.
It's a double digits.
That's fantastic.
It's my comfort.
Yeah, there's like 4 players on the player roster who are hardcore fans of the series. So that's part of. We're going to be playing this later on in the year as one part of our roster, games. But I wanted to take it out, kick the tires on it. Jeff, what about you? Who are you playing tonight, and what's your level of familiarity with Mass Effect?
Hey, I'm Jeff, and I'm playing Felix. He is a human explorer, and like a lot of my characters, he gets into trouble. And my level of knowledge of Mass Effect is that it is a video game, role-playing game set in space.
Nice.
And what you guys have told me so far.
Yeah, we're starting a little late today because we were talking a little bit about this. The game, I will say, also is a very... even for a D20 game, it is on the complex version of D20. So like that will definitely appeal to some folks, and it'll be a deal breaker for others. It is what it is. But let's dive into the game. We've talked before we got on. I will say as well, we're using Roll20 to play this, and the sheets that are on Roll20 are... I wouldn't call them unfunctional, but I would not call them functional either. They are quasi-functional, so we're gonna have to do a little bit of fudging with them. It's better than having no sheet for it, but it's about the same level of utility as what, say, when we play Conan D20. I don't know why the D20 games get such short shrift nowadays in Roll20, but in any event, for those who are familiar with the setting, I guess for myself, I've played partway through the first video game once, and I have listened to a ton of analyses and summaries and shit like that in preparation for a game later this year. So I am by no means an expert. I have not played through the games. I'll apologize now for things I get wrong about the setting and about the things. I've tried my best to try and keep things as not fidel. No, what's the word I'm looking for here? Fidelity. I'm trying to keep some fidelity. Yeah, so to stick to canon as much as I can, but what I will say is, for those who are playing, the role-playing game itself is set shortly after the events of Mass Effect 2 and before the events of Mass Effect 3. You can pick which DLC you want to set that around, and we haven't made any decisions yet for ours, but when we do play this again, we're making some decisions on critical outcomes in the video games that will shape how the world is when we get to play. That we don't need to know about that for the purpose of today, because where we are set, this is one of those things that does not change. What I can tell you guys is that in the this is not news to you, James, but Jeffrey, in the world of Mass Effect, you can kind of picture, just like on a regular map, the Milky Way galaxy itself is sort of split up into different areas. The Earth Alliance space is kind of on the one side of the galaxy, and on the far side of the galaxy is this region called the Terminus Systems. Terminus systems are kind of where it's kind of like if there is a frontier truly in space that covers a massive quarter of the Milky Way, it's those areas. And there have been a bunch of colonies that are over there, humans and otherwise, but they're very much, subject to different kinds of predations and whatnot. I will be spoiling Mass Effect 2 here a little bit, so those who do want to play the game, don't watch this, I guess. But there is something that happens over the course of those games, and that leads before them. Some threat was coming in and stealing entire colonies of humans. All of them would just disappear. And the resolution of that is one of the things that resolves, or it is what your character does over the course of the Mass Effect 2 game. So that thing has been resolved. The Earth Alliance knows that has been resolved, but what it leaves you is at least 12 colony worlds that are now free of people. The first thing that they tried to do, because there was conflict that led to them being taken, but it's not like a standard, bombing and whatnot that would take just people coming in and leaving intact cities and colonies and towns and whatever else behind, mines and other things that, brought you to these colonies. As you can imagine, when you're on the frontier and you suddenly leave these places wide open for people, it's going to lead some, unscrupulous folks to go in and want to either strip it or take it for themselves. Recognizing this, there has been an initiative since the resolution of that particular crisis to resettle, to get folks back out there, to get people living on these things. But even then, that's a lot of people you need to relocate who are going to have to be willing to go back to a place where entire colonies of people disappeared. So corporate interests have had two separate responses. One of those is to station robots, basically, mechs, to protect the thing, stop pirates from coming in and stealing the places. The other thing has been to enable what they call reclamation activities. There's a number of reclamation licenses that have been issued for different groups. They can be small groups, big groups. Think of like deep sea salvage. It's kind of like that, but an entire planet. What they very quickly found is that you can't tell one group to strip the place for parts and tell another group to build it up to have a thriving colony. So there's a great deal of tension between the reclamation people and the new colonists, the re-colonists. In addition to that, you have the added problem of pirates and aliens and other people who want to come in and take this shit. Notwithstanding left behind problems, there may be some dangers that are left behind. Your group, you two, we'll talk about what brought you there, but you guys, our story will be starting on a colony called Ferris Fields. In the film version, oh, and I just had you guys both lost all your hit points. So we start the session with you both dropping dead. Never mind, you're back. Our adventure would start with this view you see here. Massive, odd-shaped mountains and some pools of ice and liquid and a vehicle that is parked there. If we were to zoom in, now this isn't quite the vehicle that you use in the first game, I think. It's close to it, but not quite. I want you to picture this thing without that giant cannon on it and with a little bit more built up in the body. So it is more a Mako meets a Winnebago, a Mako-Bago, if you will. This is something that would be used to be able to move around on these planets, to be able to get yourself around. It's what's used by Earth Force as kind of a useful vehicle for military or other, strategic operations. This is a decommissioned version that was picked up by this reclamation thing. And I want you to picture not this sterling vehicle that we see in this illustration, but something that has seen better days. 10 years worth of conflict and rebuilding, and then decommissioning with military-grade things taken out of it. We can picture that next to it is a bit of a shack where a bunch of stuff is stored. Ferris Fields is one of many planets where there are recolonists and there are licenses out for reclamation. You two, we were talking before, managed to have both a good and a bad turn of luck recently at the card table. In a good turn of luck, you managed to win what seemed to be a lucrative reclamation contract. A lot of money to be made here. The downside is it does appear that someone may have what's the word I'm looking for? Engineered your win, because you very shortly found yourself in a great deal of debt to someone else for this. And now, rather than turning a tidy profit and perhaps using that to finance whatever your next leg of your life is, you are now trying to pay off a debt that was incurred probably to some ne'er-do-well who you were not able to escape. I assume, Guldwrex, you had a clear and direct plan for dealing with this individual, and that Felix talked you out of it?
Indeed. And Felix, now we're stuck on this rock, and all I had to do was have words with this man.
So what you guys, where you are is parked near one of the settlements where basically there is a registry of recolonization and reclamation. Each planet has its own way of handling things. You basically need to log your activities in a location. You're not able to go where someone is recolonizing. But as long as you get it, think of it like a gold claim. As long as you claim it and you work it, you're able to maintain it. You guys are currently working a place called Panapat. It is a smaller community up in the mountains here on Ferris Fields, and you're still managing to kind of work your way through what's there. There's not as much value that can be carried away because of it's just the two of you. It's not like you're using industrial. Some other, reclaimers may be running like full construction crews. You guys are more targeted in your reclamation efforts. Which of you do you think is the first to get up in the morning?
Maybe Felix Guldwrex is drinking, sleeping off the wrinkle he had to drink last night.
Sure, yeah.
So Felix, you wake up. First, what is your Are we thinking like, you know, the first couple of minutes of Tremors where you're just kind of wandering around in the middle of nowhere? The scene in every direction from where you are to is no better.
I think we see him. Maybe he's got like some kind of a smoking habit, you know, cigarettes or whatever he smokes. And you can see he's like clearly trying to find a cigarette somewhere that he, you know, amongst their stuff or from last night or wherever. He's rooting around looking for a sort of morning cigarette, and he finds this sort of broken, crumpled thing in some old box, and, you know, he'll go outside. How cold is it outside? Very cold, freezing.
It's. I mean, you're wearing you know, temperature regulated armor, so you're pretty fine going outside. You're going to be kept comfortable in whatever the environment is. Your face maybe, but I mean, you can always put the helmet back on.
Yeah. So he heads outside and to have a smoke and not wake up.
Okay. Would you give us
not to wake up?
Give us a
Guldwrex.
survival check, please. Just be under the first tab under skills.
Okay. Survival.
Is that did you open the session with a nat 1?
I mean, it's me, so. Yep.
Okay. I mean, you have your daily reroll. Do you want to use your daily reroll on that?
Oh my god.
Oh, that gets that out
If
of the
not,
way.
we can have Guldwrex make a roll when he gets up as well.
It's like one. It's game day reroll.
Game day.
One
Yeah. Like once you sleep, it'll reset.
Right. I mean, I'm assuming we're probably not sleeping this session, but no, I think this is just the condition he's in.
Yep.
I don't think they're in great condition, and I think that he's.
So what you see as you step out too is that the kind of like, you know, prefab or like slap together modular is the word I'm looking for. The modular shed that you have, again, the door is open, and again, you're pretty sure shit got strewn around in there. Some local wildlife has been getting in and getting into your shed. They're not taking much as far as you can tell, but you've now learned not to leave any foodstuffs outside.
Right. Ugh. Shit.
So if you go over there, you can hear, I think if we go back inside the Mako Bago, Guldwrex, you're woken up by the sound of banging around outside. Now, you guys have known that something has been in there. Has Guldwrex done anything to try and account for or try and catch whatever it is that's out there?
Oh, I've been marching around with my shotgun ready, but the damn things are too cowardly to show their face, so... And I'm not going to run around after little bastards there.
Agreed.
It's...
So what do you do? You're up now, and I think that while you think your hand may go to your shotgun, you can hear then Felix cursing, and you realize, like, oh no, it's him cleaning up. It's not whatever it is that's
You're
fucking
making a
around with him.
racket out there. Go out when can a Krogan get a good night's sleep? Roll out of bed then. Get my armor on and outside.
Okay. Would you give us a survival check, please, Guldwrex?
It's still the planet.
Yep. So you get out and look up. Oh, it's going to be about hour and a half drive to get to Panapat to continue the salvage. I think that you're getting very close to, you know, either exhausting what is there or giving up on finding anything of value. You know that one of the things that comes with the registering with the whatever it is, the recolonization and reclamation service, it also gives you kind of like a tags your arm or whatever the transponder code is, so that local robots are not affected by them. Like the things, the mechs that are patrolling these sites, they're not going to affect you. They're not going to see you as looters. That's not to say it works perfectly every time. But mostly. So, that is where you find yourself, is having nearly exhausted things at Panapat, which means you're going to need to think about relocating to a different place. Before you do so, you're going to want to go back to town and unload whatever you've got with the Reclamation Authority. I want you to picture, just for yourself, how welcome you think you are when you're driving into a town or city full of colonists when the reclamationists arrive to cash in.
Well, nobody said anything rude to me.
So there may be a reason why you're postponing going back. You find, at the very least, you know, people spitting in food is likely the response. For every restaurant you go to, there is sharp, you know, not gold plating, but it's when you're jumping up the prices of things for anyone buying things. So when you get supplies, you're being overcharged for it. There's never a place for you to stay. So, but that's where you're going to need to go if you're going to need to do it. So if you're going to, you know, try and register a new claim, do you want to give it one more day? One more go. This will be likely a search check, or perhaps if you're able to access and gain power back to a computer, a hacking or a decryption check, and then research.
Let's see if we can find one more go, Felix. And let's try and use some of your skills. You claim to know how to do things smart, so show me.
Yeah. So what do you say? Hacking or decryption?
That's when you get to town. You'll have to get there first.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So you'll leave your prefab stuff here. This is your base camp.
Yeah.
You'll drive up to the to Panapat and see where things are.
Let's give it a go.
Okay. You finish up your breakfast, by which I mean, I guess, your cigarette. You pile back into the Mako Bago, fire it up, and off you go. Now, neither of you made a successful survival check, but if you were to watch as you pulled away, those deep ruts left in the chilled mud, what we would see is first a human-sized boot, followed shortly after by a Krogan-sized boot right outside where the steps out of the Mako Bago were. And that those two are within a giant three-toed clawed footprint.
Oh, shit.
But fortunately, you guys do not have to worry about that. At least, not now.
Not yet.
Happily oblivious.
Anything you guys are doing on your way up there, the Mako Bago has some, you know, scanning equipment on it as well. I don't think Guldwrex, that is really your forte. You do have piloting, though. I think both of you have at least some training in piloting. So while I don't think I'd rely on either of you to get in a dogfight, you've got the basics to be able to operate this thing.
What do you think?
Driving or shall I?
I don't know. Are you mad at me still? I might have to drive. He's making me drive.
I never squeezed properly into that seat.
No, it wasn't made for you, someone your size.
So then you guys are rolling up. You make sure that you have your transponders keyed so that you're not going to have any issues with the local mechs. The two varieties that you really... And there's three varieties you kind of need to not concern yourself with, but to be aware of. One, where is it here? Did I forget to load it? Come on. No, I did. Okay, here we go. Are the humanoid-sized and shaped low-key mechs. There is the very adorable and about a third of the size of a human, the the Fenris mechs.
No idea why you like that.
As soon as I saw the picture, I'm like, yeah, that's going into this adventure. And then rarely more than one stationed at a colony, but it is something that is really more designed to deal with vehicle. So those who are mounted bandits or whatnot, and that is the Emir.
Oh, shoot.
Mm-hmm.
That thing looks serious.
You know that there is one Emir, and there is a handful of Lokis, and then a handful of Fenrises that are stationed at Panapat. It's a mining operation, so there's obviously a lot of valuable minerals and shit like that were there. Sadly, that is one of the things that you found once you started going to this place that were exempt from the resources that were sitting around you could cash in on with your salvage license. You weren't able to mine anything further, and it does appear that the whoever was here beforehand may have taken most of those valuable minerals. This is what you can expect from the mining colony or the community at Panapat. Here is, incidentally.
Now, to be fair, Kev, these things are just like the they're sort of like the sheriff's department, the security.
One of the ways that they've secured basically, if there isn't colonists that are living there, they may be used. The Loki and the Fenris and the Emir may be used as security. Or to augment security forces for the recolonists. It's also used to kind of have something stationed there to prevent pirates from just showing up and stripping a place.
Okay, yeah.
Okay, because that's one thing that has happened in a fair amount of these colonies. There's 12 colonies where hundreds of thousands of people are just vanished, in the course of those events. As you guys are arriving, why don't you each give us a spot check, please. It's from that era of D20 games. Spot and listen are separate skills.
Oh, man.
So perhaps not surprisingly, Guldwrex, it is you who has an eye out for the mechs. And what you can see is that there is a point that you pass as you're going in where you regularly see one of the Loki mechs moving around out there. And it's not there. And you know that, though a little further away, there is usually at least one Loki, or perhaps even the Emir, that is stationed higher up on one of the other buildings to have, field of fire. And there's neither of those on there. You rolled really well. 26 is really, really good, so I'm giving you as much. From what you can see, there is not a single mech active here. Felix, you're just trying to not drive off the side of the mountain.
Yeah.
Yeah, Felix, there's something up. The mechs have gone. All the mechs seem to have disappeared. You remember the Emir up on the top of that crag? Not there.
Oh, you think they've been called away to something?
Well, removed. So that's not a good sign. Looks like there might be trouble up.
Shit.
Chance of a fight.
Somehow we always run
Finally,
into trouble.
something good.
So what are you guys doing? You're probably about. There is a gate leading in here. It's not like a walled city or anything like that, but to keep local wildlife out, they've got these things. You, I think, have been keeping the gates opened because you can trust that they're going to open and close the mechs will open and close the thing as necessary. The gates are open. And you are probably about, I don't know, like maybe a block away, a city block away from reaching there. To reach this place is sort of perched on, it was developed on a relatively, flat piece of real estate here, like a plateau or a valley or something like that. Which means you could approach from on high, you could approach from on low, or you could just drive up through the gate or walk through the gate. What do you guys think?
Doesn't feel. How much danger do you think it is, Guldwrex?
Well, if all the mechs have disappeared, sounds like they've either been called away to something serious or someone's switched them off. It's not a good sign. Why don't we try get up high and see if we can see anything from up there?
Sounds good. I'll maneuver us up.
Okay. So you're going to try and drive like up the mountain on a...
Or well, somewhere where we can get a vantage point, yeah.
So it has jump jets in it. So it can kind of like maneuver itself up a little bit. It will require a piloting check.
Okay, go for it then, I guess.
Okay.
Piloting. There's a lot of skills in this game.
Yeah. Even
in my case, they're all zeros.
Yeah.
Ones in like the first 30 minutes of this game. Ay, ay, ay.
Do you want to use your reroll?
It's a true Jeff night. I'm privileged to be here on one of these special nights.
Oh, goodness. Okay. Yeah, hell, whatever. Let's use the reroll.
There we go.
Okay, so reroll spent. Reroll.
So one of the things with because it's a d20 game, you can also take a 10. One of the things, James, that didn't carry over into Pathfinder 2 is taking a 10, taking a 20. If there's no consequence to failure significantly, then you can choose to take a 20, which means taking 20 times as long to do something to guarantee a result of 20 on your roll, or to just take a 10, as long as there's no specific consequence to failure. Driving up a mountain, you can take a 10 on that. Positioning yourself with jump jets on the side of a mountain, that is something you want to roll. Did you roll another nat 1?
No, I didn't roll yet.
Okay, I saw your hand over your face. I'm like, am I reading something?
No. Here we go. Here's the real roll.
That's good enough. 10 is really all you're looking for here. So with seeing, you're able to go up, and Guldwrex, just rolling your spot forward. I'm assuming you're keeping an eye out.
Mm-hmm.
You can see that there is one... it has the look of a scrawny human or a sari or even a cranian lying in kind of a twisted pose. You know what a fallen body looks like after something just falls down. But you realize that that scrawny form must be a Loki.
Oh, wow.
Now those things are... They're typically powered, like when they power down to avoid damage, they don't like fall over. They have sort of like a, not like a wheeze catch, but like a much more sophisticated version to sort of power down and stand in place, kind of mannequin style. For it to be down like that, it is very likely that there is damage. And I think you probably see at least 2 more that are likewise sprawled down in different positions from this higher position.
Yeah, Felix, there's trouble. Someone's taken out the mechs. They're not just powered down.
Not surprised.
So let's Get in there, but not in the truck.
Good idea. Let's get in on foot.
This thing is nothing like a proper battle truck on Tuchanka. No guns, no armor. That's... Don't hold with sneaking always, but let's do that.
Okay.
Roger.
So I think the thing that is more consequential here is going to be your hide rather than move silently. These older versions of D20 and James, they separate move silently and hide into 2 separate skills as well.
Ah, good.
Okay. Would you each give us a hide check, please? Okay.
Between the two of us, we are destined to be bumbling fools.
So it is, in fairness to you, you have positioned your fairly, conspicuous decommissioned battle wagon up on a perch overlooking this community, and then have begun lumbering down the side of it and down into here. So, you are able to get here. It is not as stealthily as you would have liked. You make your way to the gates. If you have, whether you have your helmets up or not, there is like auditory sensors that'll be active, so they'll, they will pick up whatever you would normally hear with your ears. And there's no sound here. There's always wind blowing in this place, and there is always. I think the first time you go to an abandoned community like this, especially a place that kind of like is effectively a ghost town where people were just gone, there is going to be signs of struggle and whatnot here, but there's some cases where, meals at the table still, TVs left running or whatever the sci-fi equivalent of is. That's what every one of these communities is like the first time you go to them. And you guys have been to your share now of some of these. So it's easy to get used to the crushing silence in a place that feels like people have just stepped away for a moment.
Mm-hmm.
But this is the closest it's felt like the first time you've gone in here. Because something has definitely changed here. What are you guys doing as you make your way into this community?
I'm taking Guldwrex's lead. He's sort of the military guy, and this all of a sudden feels like a military operation much more than any other time we've headed into town. I'm assuming I've got my weapons out.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll get my my assault rifle out.
Okay. So the two of you have your weapons out. Oh, I have Guldwrex on one point on your character sheet. I've listed the range for your assault rifle as 30. It's 60. I've got it in one place where it says 60, one place where it says 30. 60 is the correct range.
60.
Yeah.
Okay.
30 is your shotgun. So you guys are making your way down. You're taking the lead, Guldwrex. Is there a systematic order you want to go to here? Are you going to go straight to the place that you saw, the destroyed thing? Are you going to, like, the community center? Or are you going to check a location that you've checked? What I assume, too, is you've started, for things that are, you maybe have flagged as more important, more valuable, they may still be here.
Yeah, let's go have a look at the town square, as it were. Let's see what's up.
Okay.
And as best a 2.5 meter tall armored guy can, I will shuffle along trying to be inconspicuous.
Yeah. Shoop, 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 shoop. Felix, you're having a little more success in remaining hidden yourself. You're also much faster too, Felix. You've actually got a 40 movement speed as opposed to Guldwrex's 30, by the way.
Okay, yeah. So he's quick.
Very quick, yeah. So the two of you are making your way along. I think you come across, in the course of making your way to the thing, this community at its peak was probably no more than like 15,000 people. not a thorp or a hamlet, so it's big enough to have a variety of kind of amenities that you would expect in this kind of community, but by no means like a thriving city or anything like that. When you make your way towards there, you're able to come across past one of the kind of like, you know, prefab hab units, a place where people were staying, is where you see that first body kind of twisted on the ground. It's one of the Loki units. And what you can see is that it has obviously been blasted apart by energy weapon fire.
Oh.
And Felix, you could take a 10 on this as well, on a repair check, or do you want to roll on a repair check?
Let's see. What's my repair skill?
I think it's plus 12.
No, I can roll. It's an 11. I think I can do it. I'm confident.
Here goes.
That was very highly misplaced confidence. How?
Are you rolling a D2 or something?
One.
Try rolling again. Let's see if you can get a green out of this.
5, 6. I've made 6 rolls. One was a re-roll, and I've had 3 ones.
Yeah. Why don't you roll a couple times? Let's get your shit rolls out of the way here.
Come on. That's amazing. Is it really rolling a D20? It did. 1 D20. Okay. And then it's followed by a real nice roll.
Yeah. Okay.
So it's possible. It's possible.
It's possible. So from here, like without getting in, without using your Omni tool, you're not able to, like, something shot this thing, obviously, but there's not really anything else you could tell about it.
Right. Yeah. I really don't know.
You could pass this thing and leave it behind, or you can take a closer look on your way to the town hall. Is the town hall the crucial, or the town square, I should say, where the kind of community building would be located?
Yeah, because I'm thinking that if something's, Felix, if something's hit this town, it must have hit there as well. That's probably where they're lurking.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, if you guys continue your way through the town using at least the best stealth you can muster, you pass maybe one more of these Loki mechs on your way to the center, and when you get to the square, that's where you can see sprawled out in a heap massive Emir mech, as well as 2 other Loki mechs. Similar damage, and no sign of where of anything they have been fighting.
Well, these colonists are real lucky, huh? What? Twice in a row. And something that's taken down an Emir. That's troubling.
I can tell you that you would be familiar with this, Guldwrex. A Loki is armed with effectively a ballistic weapon, and the Emir is armed with a twin accelerator cannons, also ballistic weapons. The damage on both of these things, the Emir and I shouldn't say both groups, the Emir and the others, is energy weapons. The scoring, the distinctive kind of like melting and fusing that occurs with it, which means this isn't a matter of these things turning on one another. You can also see one of the things you have, for however long you've been working here, you've come to be accustomed to the discolorations, you know. I'm reminded of the one time I went to Dublin where you can go by the post office and you can still see the bullet holes outside from the uprising. And you guys kind of got used to that too. This place was not free of any sign of these people being kidnapped. but you came to be familiar with it. You can see there is more damage, particularly in this square. The Emir has been taken down, but it was not taken down without a fight. The door to the community center appears to be open.
So whatever this is, it will be a worthy opponent.
It will be very worthy. Do you want me to try and repair one of these to get more information?
Don't think you'll get anything out of those. They're
too trashed.
Yeah, and they're too.
Well, then let's see what's
primitive.
inside.
You know, Felix, that's not the case. You could, with a better roll, you may be able to gain something out of there.
Okay, so well, let's check inside first.
Okay.
If we don't find anything, I'll come back out here and try and repair one of these things.
Sure. Why don't you give us Felix? Oh, actually, you guys are both trained in survival. Why don't you each give us a survival check, please?
All right, here we go. Hey, I will take it.
That is great. So.
Oh.
Nat 20. So while you did not, I'm trying to find something here. I will say it's incredible how many adversaries they've got in here too. Like the sample enemies in the book is fucking awesome. There's like almost 100 pages of pre-built adversaries.
Cool.
Yeah, love it, love it, love it. Okay. Guldwrex, you both, as you're making your way up towards there is something you both can see. This place obviously has a lot of, snow and whatnot that has accumulated because of the altitude. There is also fluids inside these mechs that has probably spilled out. And it seems as if something has walked through and left a couple of prints going in. Felix, with that roll, you're going to be able to follow it back for wherever they go. But with a nat 20, Guldwrex, there's something very incongruent about those tracks. And I'll leave it to you to tell us why you might recognize these.
I wondered. Guess.
Oh.
So, Guldwrex, it seems, says one word. You want to tell Jeff who the...
Yeah.
Felix will know, but you want to tell Jeff who the Geth are.
Yeah, the Geth are a artificial intelligence species with a hive mind. They were far out in the Traverse. They used to work for the Quarians, and now they are, they drove away the Quarians, and a few years ago they were working with Saren. You remember, you'll have heard of that, the rogue Spectre who was working. And they had disappeared for hundreds of years, but, they came back in and they attacked the Citadel, and, they were driven off by you humans, in fact. But they're not supposed to be out here. They were driven back after the attack on the Citadel.
Why would they be here?
Exactly. What would bring them to this planet? And that fits with those energy weapon blasts. Not even flesh and blood, but worthy opponents.
Deadly? opponents?
Oh yeah.
Oh shit. Okay.
One of
And
the.
they have.
Oh, go ahead.
They come in different sizes as well, so it must have been one of their big ones that took down that big mech. I'm reckoning.
Great.
A challenge, Felix. It's good.
Don't know
No
how
more
good it is.
Searching for garbage and geth parts. Maybe you can sell geth parts.
Maybe. That would be nice. I don't feel ready for this.
No, and like to give the scale of threat that they represent, true. The race that developed them, they lost their world to them. And they only exist for those that still exist in fleets and ships that fly around. Think of imagine a race that lives effectively like what, the humans in Battlestar Galactica did. That's who the Quarians are, and it's because of the rise of the Geth.
Damn.
Yeah. So
this is bad, Guldwrex.
Yeah, when they attacked the Citadel, it was chaos. They had this huge ship as well.
Why would they be here?
Don't know though, because previously they kept themselves to themselves, and after that attack they disappeared. So I don't know if we normally after resources or.
So it's probably disseminated out now, at least among the recolonists and the reclamation teams, that the species that was responsible for disappearing so many humans and other species in this region, they're kind of called the Collectors. The Collectors are a different species, than what the Geth are. They are not, as far as everyone is concerned, they are not inhuman or artificial the way the Geth are. It's an insectoid species. So whatever was responsible for these people disappearing before, while the Geth are a existential threat, they're not the ones who came here before.
Like I say, these colonists, first they get picked up by the Collectors, and now they get picked up by the Geth. This is not a lucky planet.
No.
So this conversation is happening in the square, ruined mechs all around you. You still have yet to go inside.
Yeah.
So, let's go and see inside then. Maybe your tech skills will be useful, but I'll unfold my shotgun instead then. Let's head inside.
Let's go inside.
So, you guys, are you still sneaking inside, or what are you doing?
For what passes for it?
There still is this little scratch mark on the top of the door frame that Guldwrex has hit every time he goes in. Okay.
All right, let's go in.
Would you each give us a stealth check or I think this time it's move silently. I'm looking for, please.
Oh, this doesn't.
Get variety in there.
Yeah. Nice.
Ooh.
How'da boy, Guldwrex.
Tippy toes, tippy toes.
Did it not roll?
You're moving move silently, please.
No, I know it didn't roll. I clicked on it. Oh, there it is.
There it is.
Oh, that took forever.
10. Okay.
It was deciding if it wanted to totally fuck me or just make it pretty bad.
So I think here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna start playing with our action points or heroic fortune or astonishing fortune or whatnot, because your luck is just gonna fuck you 6 ways from Sunday otherwise. So
That's so funny. No, it's good. If
you're fine with it, that's fine.
It's a one shot. It's funny.
Okay.
You clumsy human, honestly.
Okay. So then, would Guldwrex and Felix give us a listen check, please?
I can't hear over the sound of Felix.
Fumbling around, but I can hear.
So I think what you hear is Guldwrex, you are moving silently. Felix, I think you might have brushed up against something or bumped something when you weren't looking. Maybe like you saw a reflection of yourself in a blackened screen and kind of like, ha, you know, whatever it is, something heard. And Guldwrex, you can hear, Felix, something is making its way down. You can picture you've moved your way into this building. You're, you know, keeping an eye out for whatever's going on. And somewhere down a corridor to the right, you can hear something is slowly approaching. And with a roll 23, it's the sound of mechanical feet on a, you know, plastic or laminate or whatever floor.
Someone's in here.
Yes. I'll crouch down, get my shotgun pointed to where that sound is coming, and
Yeah, I'll signal.
So if you guys want to take cover, taking cover is a big part of augmenting your defense in this game. I mentioned before we went live that this version of, or at least this particular version of the D20 game, your defense or your AC is really substantially lower than what it is in other games. So taking cover is a big thing. Like half cover grants you +4 to your defense and +2 to your reflex saves. 3/4 gives you +7. So if you're just kind of crouching around. So where do you guys picture yourselves taking cover here?
guess I'll get in the doorway, and there's going to be a doorway, and I'll just slide in that and then be round the corner with my shotgun.
Yep. Got it.
Is there any like furniture, like desks or?
Probably, yeah.
Yeah, so I think I'll get behind a desk.
Okay. So I think it sounds like you guys both probably have 3/4 cover, so it'll be +7 to your defense. So, what you hear it coming around first, but it is. And I think I set up the tokens properly here. Let's see. Okay, so green bar will be plating. Red bar is hit points. Yeah? Yeah. Okay.
Move your bot.
Last Sunday, as we were getting set up for Paradar, I was going in and I'm like, why is it fucking everything unplugged? And then I was flashing back to the Saturday night when I tossed Anna's ball out of the room, which bounced into my office, and she took a lot longer to get it. It's because she was busy going through all the wires and knocking every wire possible out of everything. So here we go. What you can see, there is a small squad of Loki mechs.
Oh, wow.
That are making their way around. And as the first one looks around, there is like a red flash. And you know from past experience, that is not good.
Oh.
Because that red flash means, let's roll some initiative.
Shit.
So.
Yeah, they're on attack mode. Ooh.
Grab Yeah, and this is what they're, so at the very least, they are supposed to give you an opportunity to surrender if it is going into automatic mode. I think you need to click on your tokens, and then you should be able to click on initiative. Whether that actually pans out, I do not know. So we'll see.
Felix, get that mech in the back in the corner. Get him.
I don't think it put it on the thing.
I do not think so either. Let me add you turns.
I
so you
did
guys...
pick my token first.
Yeah. So go ahead and add that in yourself. Oof.
5. Impressive.
Nice. Okay, so then... Actually, I fortunately have put everything in... Yeah, it's already in order. All right, so each of these things has 2 actions. We started before we went live talking about the action economy in this game. You get 2 actions on your turn. You can... rather than having like a move and a standard and whatever, you have 2 actions. You choose what to do with these. The first one that sees you, Felix, unfortunately, because you were the one making the noise, it is going to... It brings up its... Okay, got it. Sorry, I was trying to read. The way they've set up the blocks in here is confusing. Okay, it brings up its weapon and fires at you. It is 2. Oof. I just want to double check one thing here, guys. Make sure I'm not doing this wrong. Because some of these auto fire rates are pretty high. And it seems kind of bonkers to be rolling that many d20s. So I want to make sure I'm not...
So, wait, sorry. The +7 for cover was to my defense or to my armor?
To your defense.
Okay.
Yeah. The armor you have, so your armor has a DR, but that doesn't trigger until after your things. Oh, someone killed a Krogan.
Oh.
What?
Yeah, your Krogan token has disappeared.
Oh.
Let's see here. I'm gonna resurrect you. There we go. Boom. There you go.
He's a handsome boy.
5. There you go. All right. And let's see here. Actions and... Okay, so auto fire.
Set him on fire.
So full auto fire is only 3 attacks. It's... I don't quite understand why you would have weapons that have a rate of fire higher than 3 then.
That's a bit weird, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah. Like, I don't know what the advantage of having a weapon that has that high a rate of fire then. Let's see here. Go to the weapon description. Rate of fire. Oh, so you know what? No, here we go, because there's one that's got an auto fire 10. And
That looks like a shuriken.
a hurricane. Yeah.
Oh, is that? Oh, yeah. But these guys look like they've got shurikens.
Yeah, they... Let's see here. I'll defer to you on that. Oh, okay, so it does extra damage against the shield hit points per shot.
Ah. That makes sense.
For some of the things.
Yeah. Firing
You're not firing more than it, but it does give you... Yeah, okay, so one of them is going to full auto at you because he's seen you already. Oh, that's interesting. The recoil penalty seems to be what you're using normally in a d20 game like this, James. First attack is at your full base attack bonus. Second one is at -4 or -5. Next one is at -10. The recoil is what calculates that now, because like the 3 attacks you do with full auto fire, first one is no penalty. Oh, first one is at normal recoil penalty. Second one is at double the recoil penalty. Third is at 3 times the recoil penalty. Jeff, what is your defense right now? I think it's like a 21, isn't it?
With the cover, it's a 22.
22. Amazing. All right, so let me get my first shot off on you. And it's a Tempest that he is armed with.
Oh, a Tempest.
Yeah,
oh,
for whatever. The illustration may not match because I do not know. So, all right, so first off here, that is nat 20. So that's a hit.
Yep.
That is... 12 points of damage to your shields, your blue bar.
Okay, so the blue gets hit first.
Yep. And then nothing else.
Sorry, how much did you say? 10?
12.
12.
Okay. So you can picture your shields on you are kind of flashing as this thing opens fire on you. The other 4, so one says that you saw walk out, it's making a shot. The other, that's what it did with both of its actions. The other 4 are going to, 2 of them are going to run out and take cover because they have range, and then they will shoot. The other 2 are going to move kind of into the wide open and begin opening fire. They are not aware of Rex right now, so unfortunately it's going to be on you. So, the double tap. Okay. So double tap isn't a individual action. It's the second shot that you take in a round. If you're shooting twice. What? If a character decides to use an action to perform 1 or more shots after having used a one-shot action in the same round, the new attack action takes normal recall penalties for all shots. Okay. And then auto fire, when you choose to use your attack action to make more than 1 shot, they're all made with a normal recoil penalty, which I guess is the auto fire rate. Okay. So Jeff, first 2 ones on you. Neither of those hits. Second, the first one just barely hits. You take 3 points of damage to your shield. Next one misses and misses. So the cover definitely helped you here. They have all opened fire. Felix, you have 2 actions. What do you want to do?
Okay, so I'm going to use my first action. Nope, it's a free action. To use my bullet rain.
Nice.
So I use a free action to increase the rate of fire of my submachine gun by 1.
Okay.
2 actions. And then I'm going to open fire. So I have to roll the machine gun separately because it's not on the sheet.
Yeah, if you go to the combat tab, you can find there's a ranged attack thing there.
Yep. So it is +6 to hit, 1d5 damage.
Yes, and then it's so autofire 5 means
so 1d20 +6 is the to hit.
Yeah, and you're making
yeah. So what is the auto fire or the rate of fire do for me?
So you can.
Oh, and it's a cooldown. Okay, rate of fire or bullet rain has a cooldown of 3 actions.
Yeah, hold up here. Gonna check again.
Okay.
It's really confusing. Like, this is something, James, for context, this is not how autofire works in any of the other D20 games. Like, even among the two last Star Wars games, the way autofire works in Star Wars Revised is different from how it works in Star Wars Saga. This works differently from all of those. I wonder if it's stolen from Spycraft, because Spycraft is likewise on the very crunchy end of complexity. Okay, so rate of fire, the number of shots that you can fire with each action. All right. So it's 5 shots with each action. Your weapon is a, gosh, what is it called? Locust.
Oh, that's a good one.
Here we go. Okay, so +1 extra damage against shield hit points per shot. So that seems to be with all autofire. So that's the reason to fire, I guess.
Yeah, because these things would wreck shields.
Mm-hmm. Autofire is when a cartridge... Oh, you know what? I fucked this up. So, okay, so autofire, double tap, and one shot are all separate actions, but double tap happens if you're shooting a second time in the round.
Okay, yeah.
Autofire you can take, but all that autofire does, it's a single attack with the recoil penalty, and then you, against shields, you add the number of shots as damage.
Oh,
so
okay.
it's much simpler than I've made it. Yeah, and then like the second one, you double the attack. So you've increased the rate of fire, which means you're gonna do 1 extra damage. The thing is, you'll see from the green bar, these things have plating, not shields. So that actually won't help against these things.
Oh, it doesn't. Oh, okay. So using my bullet rain doesn't help against these things.
Would not help against these things, but your Inferno would. It does 50% extra damage against plating.
Inferno.
Inferno is your tech, one of your tech powers.
Oh, incinerate, you mean?
Incinerate, thank you. Sorry, yeah.
Oh, okay. So, yeah. And actually, I am aware that the incinerate... Yeah. Okay, so I will do that instead.
Okay.
So spend 1 action. So my first action is to make a ranged touch attack. Oh, I have to touch them?
No, range touch. Remember, it's just like...
within 60 feet. Okay.
Yeah. You just... they don't get their dex benefit.
Okay.
Or they don't get their armor benefit for it. So go ahead and give us a range attack on this.
So that's +5 to hit? +6. No, it's +6. Okay.
Yeah. Use your...
Yeah, I think it's the same attack as if I had used the...
Nice. So the range attack one on your sheet will work as well, but that's a hit. So if you go to the combat, scroll down, there's like melee, grapple, ranged, I think.
Oh, yeah, okay, you're right, I see.
For whatever reason, that one works, but that's a hit. So what is this is a tech ability, so of your 12 tech points, it uses up 2 of them.
Okay, so hold on, I need tech and bio. I have 10 tech left, and I have all 6 bio. Okay. It does 2d6 damage on a hit.
Yes. No, 2d8, doesn't it?
Incinerate. Oh, 2d8. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it does 2d8 fire damage.
Yep.
10 fire damage, and they are on fire.
And against plating, that
actions.
does 50% more.
Yeah, 50% extra damage to plating.
So that chews through its plating. It is fully exposed now.
Incinerate, and so...
And it's burning for another 2 actions.
And that has a cooldown of 3 actions. So that's 3 of my actions.
3 of your actions, but this is where I was saying get the dice. But also remember, your armor reduces cooldown by 1. So if you want to track it for 2 actions, what does it look like in fiction for your Inferno or your Incinerate ability?
Yeah. What does he do? So this is supposed to be like tech-based.
It's tech, but it's so high level, you might as well be magic. Like Guardians of the Galaxy kind of like hit a thing and shit assembles.
I mean, I think he pulls... I mean, he's a smoker, right? So I think he pulls out his lighter, and he's, you know, his Bic or his Zippo, you know, and it's like he throws the flames or whatever, or he's just like lights it, and the flame flies from his hand and flies to the robot.
Yeah, and I think just I'm reminded also, actually these tech abilities are supposed to be through something called your Omni tool.
Oh,
and,
okay.
But that's what you could be using your Omni tool to light your cigarette too, right? Like it's
his fancy futuristic Zippo is his Omni tool.
All right, so that is your first one. This hits the one. The plating is scorched away on it. It will take now. It's your second action. Give us a 1d8.
One of my actions, my countdown starts for that second action.
Exactly.
Okay, perfect. Yeah. Okay, got it.
And then give us a d8 roll.
Oh, because he continues to burn.
He continues to burn.
1d8.
Nice.
Very nice.
Okay. And then what would you like to do for your second action?
Do I don't have to continue, or do I have to retake cover?
I don't think.
And then I have to retake cover, or do I stay in cover?
I don't think taking cover.
I just, because if I've like removed myself from cover to do this, I would take cover again. If I don't have to do that, then
you are crouched right now, which was a free action. Oh, that's neat. Yeah, being crouched increases accuracy, reducing total recoil by 1.
Because I think then what I would have, because I also have just a pistol that could be in my other hand, like shooting hand. I could just take a shot.
I think this submachine gun requires 2 hands.
Right, but that's what I'm saying. I would have taken the pistol out.
Oh, I see. Instead of the other thing, of course. Yeah.
If he's using an Omni tool, like I don't know. I don't know this character well, but I think that he would have his pistol and his Omni tool.
Got it. Yeah. Go ahead. And are you attacking the same thing?
I'm gonna shoot one of the other ones.
Okay.
To try and pin it down, because I am well aware of Guldwrex's abilities. So
Yeah.
I don't necessarily want to take the burning one down. Yeah, exactly. So I will fire at the other one.
Go right ahead.
If I hit ranged, should do it.
That's a hit. Go ahead and roll damage.
Okay. The pistol does 1. Oh, it's like, and the paladin pistol is serious.
Yep.
Firepower. Anyway, so yeah, the submachine gun's really only better against things that are affected by the rain of fire.
Yeah.
Otherwise, the pistol is
or
much
going full
better.
auto. Like you take your full round to do 3 attacks.
Right.
Okay, 5 damage. Okay, so blisters away some of the plating on one of the others. Okay, then that is the end of your turn. So then on Guldwrex's turn, Felix, give us another D8. Because it's another action. On Guldwrex's first action, this thing. It's not going to go out yet, but... Go.
but he is burning.
Yeah. Guldwrex, what do you want to do for your first action?
Surprise, surprise. I'm going to use Carnage off my shotgun.
Nice. It will be flat-footed because they did not hear you.
Excellent. So
This is within point-blank range, so you would have had +1 to hit as well, Felix. So point-blank shot would apply. It's a tight area.
So let's see how to do it. So I've got +1 for a shotgun, +1 for...
Yeah, your total bonus with a shotgun should be +6, including point-blank range. And it'll do 4d8 damage.
Okay, so I'm going to roll this, but it's 2 on top of this.
Okay.
Okay.
Nice! Solid hit.
24.
Okay.
Now, is that a critical?
It's only in PF2s where they started introducing the, like, if you beat it by 10 thing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, nat 20s are the only... And in this game, if you roll a crit, if you roll a nat 20, you have to roll a second time to see whether you would have hit. If you did, then you score a crit.
Gotcha. Yeah, it has a box that says critical 24, so I wasn't sure what that was. Okay, so that means then 2d8 damage.
4d8, actually, because you did critical.
Sorry. Oh.
And this is now he blows up?
Nearly.
Oh, no.
So close. All right. Then the fire goes out on it, but Guldwrex... Now, does it do extra damage when something's on fire as well? Or is it only if you kill it when it's on... No, when you kill it when it's on fire.
Yeah, sadly.
Yeah. Well, next time. All right, so you blast it with your shotgun for your first action. What do you want to do for your second?
I guess now that uses half my ammunition. Now that is, I've got ammunition of 3, so that is 1 ammunition I used effectively then.
Correct.
So then I will fire a second shot. Just a regular
So
shotgun.
that'll be double tap, so you'll take the recoil penalty on this.
Right, so let's try that again. So that means I am... so I'm +2 minus... Sorry.
So minus...
So I clunk through the instructions. My double second shot is -4, so I'm -2 off this then.
Okay.
Net.
Here comes big money. Oh!
Oh, that's rubbish.
That is... Okay.
7.
Yeah, not quite enough. Second shot misses. All right, then it is the Loki's turn. So they are aware that you are there now. The top one will still try and... your shields are still up, Felix, so it's going to keep firing at you. That is a miss. That is a miss. That is a miss. The one that you shot multiple times, or that you hit with a shotgun, Guldwrex, it will turn to you, and it might as well full auto as well. Your defense at +4. You're 21 right now?
Yeah, my defense...
Oh, like 19 maybe. I think your dex is not as good.
Apologies, let me find a
That's okay.
PDF instead.
Yeah, so your defense
I
is
think
at
I was
12 +7 from the cover.
19, yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Miss. We'll have a second. Do full auto when you miss. Oh, 20. Actually, 1 does hit. And that is 14 damage to your shield there, Guldwrex. Or Guldwrex.
14.
Second
Please.
one is a miss. Third one is a miss. All right, and then let's roll all these together. Maybe third dice. So your blue bar will be your shield.
Yeah, I'm just having a...
I'll fire at you, Felix. One more hit. Jeez. That is 14 damage, Felix. So when your shield goes down, it just collapses. Damage doesn't carry over to your hit points. Let me double check.
Okay, so the round that you lose your shield, it just finishes it off.
I think so. I'm just double checking that.
Yeah, I think that's right. Unless there's something special, you.
Yeah, I think there's like special weapons or whatnot that can break that rule, but I seem to remember that that's the case. You know, I'll check during the mid-session break. I'm pretty certain that's the way shields work. Is that right? Here we go. And with your shields down as well, this means this is where your DR comes in. So you'll have DR 1. You'll subtract 1 from whatever damage you take for each individual instance of damage.
Okay, yeah. Got it.
Okay, and... yeah, shields are the first pool of hit points to be damaged. Yeah, if your attack deals, say, 20 damage on a character with just 10 shield hit points, you do not divide the damage between shield hit points and the character's hit points. This means that each attack targets a specific hit point pool and cannot affect the others, no matter how much damage it deals. And plating is separate too, so once Guldwrex loses his shields, he still has his plating in order to protect him. Plating just doesn't recover as fast as what shielding does. All right, so that was another hit on Felix, and then we'll do one more full auto on Guldwrex. Miss. All right, Felix. 2 actions. What are you doing?
Okay, so for my first action, I'm going to fire this time.
Okay.
I'm going to try and shoot the one that I burned last time.
Okay.
So
there's no action, +1 to hit on top of whatever your other bonuses are.
Oh, wow. So 26 total then.
Wow, yeah, solid hit. Go ahead and roll damage.
Okay. So he takes 2d6. Wait, it's not sure. 2d6. Oh, come on, ones.
That's enough. One of the Lokis goes down. Second action.
Okay. And now my actions are gone, and I will incinerate again.
Nice. So there'll be 2 more tech points.
Yeah.
And go ahead and... which one are you incinerating?
The other one that's sort of in the open here.
Okay. The 2 on the side are the ones that are kind of that have taken cover. They're picture going into the room. You can picture they're sort of at cover. The one that you blew up is in the open. The other one is standing kind of in the open as well.
Okay, so I will attempt to light him on fire.
Okay.
Yes.
Nice. That's a touch attack. I'm sorry, was it the one... there's 2 in the open. One that's had plating damaged a bit, and one that has no damage to the plating yet.
I'll hit this one, actually.
You got it.
This is really good against their plating.
Yep,
so
2d8.
2d8.
And then we'll multiply it by 1.5. Okay,
Nice.
So then +3, that's 10 points of damage that first round. Look at this.
Nice.
And it is on fire for the next 2 actions. All right, Guldwrex.
I will. So I'll shotgun the one that, the other one. So the one that wasn't just hit and isn't on fire.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, if I can't use Carnage, I can only use it once per encounter.
You can spend 3 actions to recharge it, I guess. But that'll be doing fuck all while you're doing this.
Yeah, that would be quite
So,
quite
Felix,
slow.
give us a 2d8 roll then. Because it would take on Guldwrex's 2 actions, it would take damage on each of them.
It's gonna, yeah, I see what you're saying. Each one will be a d8.
Yeah. Okay, so
Oh my god, roll 20.
fortunately that plating is gone. And Guldwrex, your shot on the first one?
Amazing.
Right, yep, let me...
And it's +6 total, right?
Yeah. So this plus 2. 24.
Solid hit.
That's a hit.
Okay.
So 2d8 damage roll.
Plating
11.
is blasted away. Second action.
Now my shotgun is now empty. So it's a full action to reload.
It is an action to reload. I think that sounds right. Also, for each of your actions, your shield regenerates 1.
Oh yes, that's a good point. Each action, so that's indeed nice. So
and
nearly forgot.
I mean, there's only like 40 rules you got to keep track of for your character, so
there's a few rules.
Yeah. Okay,
that would make sense to take an action, I guess.
Yeah, draw or holster. Drawing thermal clips for use in a ranged weapon requires no action at all. But changing the thermal clips. Did I stand up? Yeah, I do not know.
Let's assume it does.
Let's assume it does. Yeah, it makes sense that would be. Well, so you're switching over. Yeah, you got your.
So I will. I'll actually switch to my assault rifle, and I'll use the action to do that.
You got it. Okay. Their turn. All right, we have lots of auto fire once again. Did they have anything else of interest to do here? Ooh. So one of these, I think two of them are going to use their action to move back into the hallway. So each of them uses their action to move back into the hallway. One of them moves kind of closer to you guys and then activates its electroshock ability, which spreads electricity. Oh, it only can get one of you, so I think it goes up to you, Felix. Activates its electroshock ability, which does 6 points of electricity damage to you. And it is engaged with you now.
Okay, and that does DR affect that as well?
DR would affect that as well, yeah.
Okay.
So, yeah, correct. So it'll be 5 points of damage, I guess. The other thing is, I didn't describe it because I forgot. The ones that you hit, they blew up.
Oh.
Like a grenade blew up. Yeah, you've got 2 down so far. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, 2 down. Each of those would have blown up. In which case, would you give us a 3d4 roll, Felix?
3d4.
Okay, I'm just going to take the damage off of this thing because it would have taken some damage from that other one. So it's moved up to you and unleash that. That's it for them. Felix, you're up. What are you doing? 2 actions.
Can I shoot something that is engaged with me, or do I have to disengage and then shoot?
I think you can, but you might take a -4. Let's see here. Range attacks.
I mean, I also have some melee weapons I could switch to.
Mm-hmm. Let's see here. There we go. Basic. How combat works. Okay, ranged.
I mean, I have a... Yeah... Okay.
So technically, I mean, a 5-foot step is a thing in this game, so you could take a 5-foot step back and still take your 2 actions. As long as you're not using your actions to move, you get that 5-foot step. and a 5-foot step wouldn't trigger an attack of opportunity.
Okay, so I'm going to take the 5-foot step back, and I'm going to fire at this thing point blank.
Yeah. So you get your +1 from point blank shot.
Oh, God.
Oh.
14.
+1. 14 is actually what you need. There you go.
Thank
Go ahead and
goodness.
roll damage.
Okay, come on. Dual 20. Give me some good...
Nice.
There we go.
Okay.
Much better.
Now, if what you want to do is take cover again, because you've had to sort of step back, I think you would have to take an action in order to kind of maneuver yourself into cover.
Right. Yeah. I think I will do that. I will use my other action to take cover.
Okay. Guldwrex, what are you doing?
So, if I'm looking at the one that's attacking Felix,
Yeah.
what's behind him? If I'm looking at him,
Probably the wall. Like he sort of moved up to that desk that Felix was crouched
And
behind.
let's have laugh. Let's try throwing it.
Nice. Okay, so I think it's a range attack you need on it.
It's a ranged touch,
Range touch. Okay.
and so. So is that a ranged attack?
Yeah, just a range attack. What a ranged touch attack means is just that you have a touch defense or a touch AC. In 3.5, there was a touch AC, a regular AC, and a flat-footed AC. The flat-footed means you don't get your dex bonus. Touch means you don't get your armor bonus. Regular AC means you get both your dex and your armor bonus.
Okay.
Okay.
So let's throw him. Go on, let's succeed,
Yep,
please.
solid hit.
So that flings him against the wall and
Okay.
roll
What is it, 2d8 damage or
2d6 damage.
6 damage?
Oh!
Is there any other consequence from throw? I'm trying to remember.
He's covered by a mass effect field for 1 round.
Right.
But I don't think I can do anything with that.
I don't think so, no. You can move him up to 15 feet away, though. So you could also,
yeah, so he'll... I guess maybe he bounces off the wall, so...
yeah, staggers along it. I love it. So that was 1 action. And that was, 1 or 2 biotic energy?
1 biotic point.
1
So
biotic
that's
point of your
left.
6. And
Yep,
then...
so down 5. And then I'll shoot him with my assault rifle.
Go ahead.
You. Now, do I have... in fact, I'll burst on him.
Okay.
May as well.
Okay. I think the
Now...
burst just means you get bonus damage against shields.
Oh, okay.
But you
then
have to fire burst with the assault rifle anyway.
Okay. So, do I then take the...
Yeah, you'll make 1 attack with the recoil penalty.
minus with the recoil penalty. So this will be +1 for point blank, -3. So this -2.
And you could take your free action to activate overkill to reduce the penalty.
Now 15. That should get him right.
15 is enough. Yep. Just gonna double check the weapon to make sure there isn't anything that the assault rifle does differently with auto fire than thing. Yours is what, an M?
It's M55 Argus.
Okay. M55 Argus. Nada.
So it's just 1d10 damage.
Yeah, here's one of the fucking bonkers. A character under the effect of adrenaline rush combat power firing an M55 Argus has the weapon's critical threat range increased by 1 while the power lasts. Like, kind of cool having it there. I'm sure it reflects what it is in the game, but like, it's a computer that keeps track of all this shit in the game. Not at the table. It's really... I understand it's a way of distinguishing the things, but boy, it's a lot of cognitive load for a game.
Look,
yeah,
I know it's tough for you running the thing, but for me, it's just aftermath in space.
Love it. Love it. All right. And that's exactly the target audience for it, right? So, what is it? 1d5 damage?
1d10.
1d10 damage. Love it.
10.
Whoa! So you toss this thing against the wall and then boom! 3 shots and it is down. Top of the round. These things move out. 2 are in cover still. One will have to take 2 moves. No, one move to move in, and then it is going to fire at you, Guldwrex. So it'll do an auto fire. So +5 misses you, and then Felix will have 1 on you. Auto fire. Nat 20.
Oh, yikes.
Yoicks. 10 points of damage. -1 DR. And then on you, Guldwrex. That is a miss. Felix, you're up. What are you doing?
Is this thing engaged with me now or just close?
It didn't have enough actions to actually get into you. It's sort of like maybe 10, 15 feet... 20 feet away from you at this point.
I will incinerate him.
Okay. Nice.
So... Oh, yeah. He's on
So
fire.
Incinerate's a great power in the game, and it's a great power here.
Love it. 2d8 damage, and he'll be on fire.
Oh,
Nice.
yeah.
Okay.
Okay. And then I will shoot him.
Okay. That is a solid hit.
He will take 1d8 burn and just put plus 2d6 bullets.
12 damage. Look at that. Nice. Okay. Then it is Guldwrex's turn. You can give us another d8 roll there, Felix, for his final round of burning.
Yes.
Nice. Look at that.
And Guldwrex is going to throw it just for the lols.
Again. 2d6 damage. As it pinwheels down. Now, here's what I'm picturing in my mind. Guldwrex knows these things blow up when they break, so you have tossed it down to land at the feet of the other one. Would you give us a 2d4 damage, please? No, 3d4.
But still.
But some of its plating is blistered away. That was only one of your actions, right?
Yep. So then I will shoot at the one that's just been singed.
Okay. That hits.
And I think that's -2, so 17.
17 is a hit.
Yep.
And 1d10, I think. Nice. That is chipping away at its cover, or its plating. All right, on its turn, it did not enjoy getting hit like that. Oh, they have a special benefit of aiming, which does what here? Aiming. If you look down your sights and pay attention, the crit range is increased by 1. +5 spot check. Oh, is that it? Oh, you can activate ammo powers, which we're ignoring for the purpose of this session, because it's one. I think that'd be the straw that broke the camel's back. All right, so this thing is going to. It's going to full auto, actually, on each of you. So we'll do 1 on you, Guldwrex. Let's see here. +3 miss. 17. I don't think hits you, right?
For
Guldwrex. Also, Guldwrex, did you get 2 shields back?
Oh yes, sorry. It's, I'm
Okay.
19.
19.
I'm 12 plus
Okay.
7.
And then Felix. 16 doesn't hit you. That won't hit. That won't hit. All right. Felix, you were up again. What are you doing?
Yeah, I'm gonna focus fire on this one.
Okay.
So I'm gonna shoot at him.
So this one has
he has cover.
He has cover, yeah, but that is very close. Are you including the +1 from point blank shot?
No.
That is just good enough then.
Ooh, okay.
Okay.
I have not been adding. Oh, whoops, it's 2d6.
2d6, I think, for the.
Yeah, nice.
Plating is blasted away. Second action.
Okay, so second action. I'm just gonna shoot at him again, actually.
So that'll be double tap, so you'll take your recoil penalty.
Okay, so what's the recoil penalty? Is
recoil penalty of the pistol is -4.
Okay, so this is at -4. Oh, and it's a nat 1, so it wouldn't have mattered.
Okay, Guldwrex.
Wow.
Guldwrex. Well. I'm going to fire once, and then.
That's a hit. Which one were you shooting at? The one that's got no plating, or
the one that's got no shields on it? Now I could have thrown him, but that's getting 2. That sucks.
2. Okay.
And then what I'm going to do is I will whip out my Krogan cudgel.
Okay, beat stick is out. Then it is their turn. Second verse, same as the first. I'll go Felix first here. Miss, 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 and Guldwrex. 17, I think, misses you.
Misses, yeah.
Misses, misses. Felix, you're up. What are you doing? 2 actions.
Okay, I'm gonna shoot at that guy. Is there ammo in this game or no?
There is,
really.
Yeah. You have. Let's
I
see
should
here.
pay attention to that.
The ammo in your pistol is 4.
Oh.
So
okay, so
probably,
yeah, I'll be reloading then, I guess.
So you reload for 1 action, you get a new thermal pack in. Second action.
Okay, so I'll pay attention to that, and then I will shoot.
Okay.
So there's a lot of numbers to track in this game, like as far as like ammo and power points and length of time and cooldowns and.
I'm glad I got my piece of paper for my.
I don't have a notepad that is
solid hit
stuff already.
Okay.
Oh, come on!
4 damage, 3 damage.
Roll 20.
Okay.
Just embarrassing.
Fortunately, has no DR. Okay. Guldwrex.
Are either of these in charge range of me?
It is a dealer's or Krogan's choice. Also, +2 to your shields, I believe.
Oh, again.
Got to add last round.
Oh, I think I did.
2 rounds ago you did. Last round you didn't.
Ah, right. Okay. Okay, 27. Not going to argue.
Okay.
More shields, good.
And
so then I would charge the one with the armor if I can reach him.
the one with the plating? Still?
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. So you race her out of your cover, forward. Charging, I believe, grants +1 to hit, but you're -2 to your AC. +2 to hit, -2 to defense.
Okay.
And this is a full round action. So you will not have a second action.
So I get to charge and hit, I think, right?
You do, yep, absolutely, yeah.
Okay.
So give us a melee attack, and you're going to get +2 to this. That is, oh, God. 13. Which would be...
Krogan. Oh, nightmare.
Is there anything we're missing here? Hold up. So the cudgel should be plus
Oh,
7.
I get +2 martial prowess. I get +2 on all combat maneuver checks.
Combat maneuver is if you're trying to like disarm somebody or knock them down or grapple them. Those are combat maneuver checks. So,
okay.
Yeah, that one doesn't.
Tragic.
Oh, it's so close too. Okay, you race forward and swing at this thing. The Krogan charge doesn't give you a bonus to hit, does it?
No, it does bonus damage.
Dag nabbit. So even with that +3, unfortunately, that 4 is going to spoil it. Okay. However, it does mean that these things need to act. Oh no. Yeah, it's their turn now. I think
what a time to roll a 4.
Yeah, honestly. That's also why we play with, what do you call it, narrative metacurrency a lot of the time, right? Because that kind of stuff sucks. This one will move back. It'll take a step back. It's only 5 feet away from you right now. And it is going to try the full auto here. So first one is, I think, a miss. 12. Well, 12 does hit your defense because you're at a 10 right now.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay, so that is... you take 11 points of damage to the shield. And the second one misses. Third one misses. I think you're getting all the attention right now, Guldwrex. So the second one on the other side that Felix was shooting hits you with full auto again. That is 10 points of shield damage. Second one is a hit. That is 12 points of shield damage. Does that collapse your shield?
Yep.
Okay. So the next one, if he hits, it'll go to... No, misses you. All right, so you see Felix, Guldwrex's shield collapses. But you're up next. 2 actions. What are you doing?
You know what? I was holding off on this, but I think I will use my incinerate again.
So one thing you could remember, you have that AI thing. AI assault, I believe. That can be used on these things. AI hacking, use 1 action to target a synthetic or mech within 60 feet. They make a will save against DC 16, or they fight for you for 3 actions.
Oh, they would shoot each other. I could use both of these. Oh no, wait, that's a tech action.
It's a tech action, but I mean it. Oh yeah, and they have a cooldown.
Yeah, they stack together.
Yeah.
Let's try it. It's interesting.
Okay. Which one do you want to target? Points. The one that's got that's directly in front of Guldwrex, or the one that's
the one that is. Well, does the one that's directly in front of him have a melee weapon out now instead of a gun?
No, he took a step back and then was firing at him.
Oh, okay. Then I'll take control of that one.
Okay, the one that's near Guldwrex?
Yeah.
Okay,
so that's that.
What does your hacking look like? And I failed my will save.
That's probably using his multi-tool again. So he's, got the multi-tool out and... what would he do? I think there's probably a screen on there or something, and you see him almost like there's a ping or something that goes out from this thing, and gotcha or whatever he says, and he's like,
give us a hacking check as well. You don't need to do it for this roll. Although what's cool, one thing that is very cool about this, all like the tech skills in particular, or the tech powers, the saving throw is based on your skill level. So the more skilled you are, the harder it is for them to succeed in it.
Here it is. Oh, and he is good at hacking. Yeah.
So you hack. What you can tell, this was remarkably easy. It's almost as if something has, there's something with its core network protocol that is off.
Oh,
you're definitely going to want to take a look at these things for whatever is left of them afterwards. But yeah, and maybe like the way that, from what I remember, there's sort of like light that shows around. It's almost like a light interface with it. And maybe the color of light around your multi-tool matches the color that its rings go.
Yeah. Because they were red. Yeah, now it switches.
Okay, so that was one action for 3 tech, and it's on a cooldown of 2. Second action, what are you doing?
Okay, so I'll shoot at the other one then.
Go ahead.
So, combat. Fire. Oh, God.
Okay. It's tough, switch back and forth. Guldwrex, what are you doing? So, technically, a couple things. One, I think you know when Felix pulls this bullshit. And I imagine you're asking, why the fuck did it take you so long to do this? The other thing is, you typically only need 10 feet in order to affect a charge. So there is 10 feet between you and the other one if you wanted to give it a second go.
Let's give that one a second go. Let's give that, because we want to try it out, because it's for the lols.
Okay.
Now then.
There you go. All right. So your damage on a charge is what? Plus
I do 1d8 plus 4 for a start.
Yep. And then it's so you can actually. Oh yeah. Then it's 2d6 plus 5 for the cudgel.
8 plus 9 plus 2d6. Let's see if that works.
18 points of damage. All right, so that is a huge. Look at this. Boom! Big hit. Whoosh! On this Loki. And that was your full round action, I guess.
Yep.
Then it is Felix. This has 3 actions, so you could give it a full round action to go full auto on the other one. You could have it just make a single.
Absolutely.
Okay.
No, let's just unload on the other one.
Give us a 3d6 or 3d20 roll, please, and I'll just do first attack, second attack, third attack. It does not have precise shot, so it's going to be tricky firing into melee.
How exciting.
Yeah. Whoa, nat 20, baby. Look at that.
Oh, yeah.
All right, so the first one is a miss. The second one is a hit. So give us a 1d4 damage. Oh, hold up. Roll 2d20 again. You may have got 2 crits here. Because the crit range on this weapon is actually 1920. So roll 2d20 once again. That first one would have missed. The second one would have missed. So not a crit, but a hit for each of them. 2d4 damage, please. Okay, nice. So somehow, Guldwrex, this thing on the other side is still firing on you. It's got one more action that it's going to be slave to you. The other one is going to use its first action to do the electroshock attack on you, Guldwrex. Unfortunately, your shield's not up, so this will just be against plating. That is 13 points of damage to your plating. So your plating is blasted away, but nothing to your hit points. And then its second action will be to step back. It'll take its 5-foot step and take one shot at you. That is a 17, 24. So that's a hit. And that is 3 points of damage to your hit points. Okay, then Felix, you're up.
Okay, so my first action is to shoot at the one that is not controlled. Oh, the other one is not controlled anymore either, right?
No, it's got one more action under your control. Then its second action will be on its own.
Okay, so I'm gonna
torch the strong one.
I have to wait one more action before I can torch him. Oh my god, what a shot.
Okay, so the first shot misses. Second action.
And now I can torch the other one.
Nice.
So that is a ranged touch attack. Ooh.
That is a hit.
Lucky.
Yep.
So 2d8 fire. That is times 2 on his plating.
Times 1.5 on his plating.
Oh, 1.5, sorry, 1.5.
But that is enough to completely burn away his plating, and he'll burn for 2 more rounds.
Awesome.
And he's still slaved, dude. I think he might be allowed to save, a second save, but I'm not going to bother with it right now in the block of text. Okay, so that's your 2 actions. Guldwrex, your turn. At the end of your round, you'll regenerate 3 hit points because you're a Krogan.
Ah, yes, good point.
Okay. And I think you would have regenerated 2 shields as well.
I think once they go down, I've got to do something to make them come back up.
Yeah, okay.
So I will first smack the guy in front of me.
So there's a neat option with in melee called. Oops, where is it here? Heavy melee attacks. With a heavy melee attack, you can strike any opponent within 5 feet. Unlike melee attacks, heavy melee attacks require 2 actions to be performed. With a heavy melee attack, you deal double melee weapon damage. If the target has no shields or plating or armor, they must also make a fortitude save DC 15 plus the strength mod of your attack, or they lose their next action.
Mm-hmm.
Bludgeoning weapons also push 5 feet back. Blade weapons deal bleeding 1. Flail weapons.
Well, let's do that. Let's go for the. I was going to do something with my throw again because I find it endlessly entertaining, but I will smack.
So you take a 5-foot step in. That is a solid hit. Roll double damage, so it's like 2d46 plus 10, right?
Well,
So it looked like as this Loki is reduced to scrap.
so I'll really give him a good smack into the chest and the whole bits that go flying apart.
Incredible.
During his turn, the other guy burns, actually.
Oh, yeah. 2d8.
So 2d8 over those turns. Oh, come on, roll 20. So many ones.
And then Guldwrex,
this guy will
regenerate.
explode on me, right?
Sorry?
This guy will explode on me when I hit him.
Oh, he will! Shoot. Yeah, and I don't think you... So you don't get a save against the electroshock, but let me see about the explosion. You might get a reflex save. No save on that. So hold up. That is 12 points of damage.
Oof.
So just take. You would have regenerated 3 at the end of it, though. So
I took
just
the
take
9.
Back,
so there. That's 35. Yeah.
Yeah. Fantastic. Then so then you would regenerate 3.
I'd taken it before, so
Did you?
I did regenerate. Yeah, I did. Just while you were looking up the book, I put 3 back first. So
well, that's what I'm saying. Like that, but that wouldn't technically have happened until the end of your turn. It's the last thing that happens in your round. So you would have taken the damage first, and then regenerated 3 back.
Yeah, so I'd still end up at the same place.
Would you?
Yeah, because I did it too early. I took 3
Oh yeah,
back,
I don't know why
and then he
sorry.
exploded.
Arithmetic. I defer to the accountant. My basic arithmetic is failing me. Okay, so then this other one, I think it salutes you for its first action, Felix, because it has to be on your side, and then it sort of its programming reasserts, and then it will make a single shot against you. That's a 25, so I think that hits. You take
that hits.
2 points of damage. Felix, you're up again. What are you doing?
I will fire on this thing.
Okay. That is a hit. Go ahead and roll damage. I'll move him out here.
Nice.
Big hit. Okay.
And I will take the recoil penalty to fire again.
Go right ahead.
Oh.
Ugh. Okay. Then Guldwrex.
Guldwrex will. I'm going to throw him again.
Nice. Where are you going to throw him?
Is there a convenient wall I can...
It's in a hallway for sure, yeah. Do you just want to go sideways, or you want to bring him closer to you? Do you want to toss him further down the hall?
Oh, I'll throw him backwards. Yeah,
Backwards, okay. You got it?
So, come on.
Solid hit. 2d6 damage.
Yep.
Nice. And one more action.
Now, did I drop my guns, or...?
You probably have, I think we call it pulling a doorman. You've got your assault gun in one hand, or assault rifle in one hand, you got your cudgel in the other. It's a free action to drop the cudgel.
I'll drop the cudgel and get my Argus up, but I'll wait for...
No, you can fire.
So do I can take a fire?
Yeah,
Good.
yeah, I'm
okay,
fine with that.
Then let's give that one a go.
Solid hit. Go ahead and roll damage. It was a 1d10. Come on, big money.
Oh.
Okay. Then on this thing's turn, and then regenerate 3.
Sorry, 3.
And then on this thing's turn, and it's going to full auto against you. Although your defense is back up to a 2, so that, or 12, so that's something. All right, first shot misses. Second shot, barely misses. Third shot misses altogether. Felix, you're up. What are you doing? And this thing is probably further down the hall, so I don't think you got line of sight to him right now.
No. I will chase after him then.
Okay. I think one action is enough to sort of like leap over the desk and move to so you got line of sight on this thing.
Okay, then I will try and finish him off.
That is a hit. Because +1 for short point blank range.
Right. No penalty for the recoil at this point. Oh, there we go.
And what's it look like as this Loki goes down?
Probably just a couple of, or just a perfectly aimed shot, turns in, gets the line, and straight in the circuit board, probably.
All right. So with that thing down, and then it likewise explodes afterwards. What do you guys do? I'm going to take a look at healing here.
I guess I'll go find my shotgun and get that back out.
Okay.
I'll store everything else.
Yeah, natural healing. After a full night's rest, you recover 1 hit point per hit dice. So it'll be like per level. You also recover plating hit points equal to your constitution modifier or your hit dice, whichever is lower, but a minimum of 1 plating. First aid skill.
That's overnight, right? Yeah.
First aid, though, can speed up. I don't think either of you guys are trained in medicine, though.
No. But I guess I will heal myself up completely, right?
Yeah, because your regeneration will...
So how do we get our shields back?
I think your shields, as long as you're out of the encounter, your shields go back.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let me take a look here. And out of curiosity, I'm going to take a look at the first aid rules, too. So if there is anything else in this community, you'd be hard-pressed to think that anyone wouldn't have heard that. Because it's, again, like it's so quiet here, even with the wind, the sound of shotguns and the pistols going off and the exploding things. It's curious the other things didn't explode.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
Now, what are you guys doing?
Felix, so any idea why these things attacked us? Did you find out?
I can try.
So there's 2... a couple things. You can use electronics to try and like determine something about the physical structure of these things, and you can use hacking if you want to try and access their computer.
Yeah, let's try and hack them.
Okay. I mean, you can do both as well. I mean, it's not a...
Yeah, okay, sure.
It's your hacking, 16. Okay.
That was a terrible roll. I'm just really good at it.
You are quite good at it. So, what is a... I think, you can picture that there's more of a, like, it's not direct neural interface, but you're seeing more direct information from this thing. There is, so for these types of things, there is a degree of networking between them, right? Not like bees where like one will automatically know and whatnot, but like there is a way of them receiving communications from a central thing in the same way that someone with a comm unit could, right? Like they can communicate with one another, they can take directions, and there is generally a like a overriding kind of like core set of commands that would keep these things directed. There is something distinctly off with these, as if they've come into contact at some point with some kind of malicious code that has fucked up their priorities. These things, for one, should have recognized, if they were operating in their default settings, should have recognized you as a legitimate, salvage team.
Yeah, right.
And secondly, they should have demanded surrender. They should not have just opened fire right away.
Oh, right. Yeah.
And what you think might have happened is these things may have been in some kind of like combat mode recursive loop.
Oh. Yeah,
and if they're caught that way, there might be others here that are caught that way.
Yeah, this could be very dangerous, Guldwrex.
Now,
they might all be hacked.
Bring it on.
Why don't you give us a electronics check as well, Felix?
Yeah.
Turn them into tin cans.
Wow. Okay, so for these ones, the ones that you faced here, these were as intact as the ones you have previously seen around here. Whether they were like elsewhere and got affected by this code and then just something left before they could engage, you're not sure. The ones outside, if there's any question whether they were facing Geth, it's gone, because these things were specifically the type of damage to the electronics. It only comes from that high energy weaponry that Geth use. Right. Absent seeing the footprints of the Geth here, you might think that, oh, this is just it's someone using Geth weaponry, because people do that. That shit's pretty effective, so you can pick up and use it. But with the footprints here and this weaponry, that definitely seems to be the case. It also seems as if there's something basically in the damage to them is it basically fused the circuits that would have been triggering their auto-destruct.
Oh.
So it prevented them from doing that. And the other thing is, these damaged ones, there is damage to these things that came after the combat. So these things, you are certain whatever damage put them out of commission is from those modified Geth weapons. I say modified because typically Geth weapons just blow shit apart. They don't also disable electronics.
Right.
The other thing is the other damage to these things, the kind of network units that are installed in each of these mechs, the Loki, the Emir, the Fenris, those have been removed post-mortem, as it were. So it's as if they took these things down, and the core unit that was used to actually slave these things together, it was removed from each of them. That is inclusive of the Emir.
Does this, like, to me, seem like something the Geth would do?
Not at all.
Yeah,
Oh.
it's very odd.
Doesn't match. I would probably point that out to Guldwrex. It's very odd.
But we definitely saw a Geth footprint.
You are, with a nat 20, you would bet your life on it.
Right. You're certain, but it's so odd. Who would the Geth be working with? Or
Well,
could the
until
Geth-
they worked for that Spectre fella, they didn't work for anyone. They worked for themselves.
could the Geth be here hunting something?
The Geth did come in this building. There wasn't sign of a firefight here before, until you guys arrived.
Like, could they be after whatever has done this to the
Yeah, I wonder if
to the
it's
mechs?
because pillaging equipment and everything, that sounds more like Quarians doing that sort of thing. They're a funny lot. They like their tech as well. They might be pillaging the... But attacking a human colony seems very funny.
Who was it
Them
who
as
built
well.
the Geth in the first place, too?
The Quarians. Exactly. The Quarians built them, so they were...
Hmm. Could it be them who have done this?
But they normally fight the Geth. They're mortal enemies.
Right, but I'm saying, could they have been the ones who did this to the mechs?
Yeah, could be. Could be that they stripped them for parts or whatever.
Right.
And they use some energy weapons as well sometimes.
Of note, nothing else. There's a lot of stuff damaged, like the damage is consistent with what you'd see in a firefight. But what is removed is only those specific units.
But where are all the people gone? All
Yeah.
you squishy humans. Can't
That is
imagine
very odd.
Quarians wanting them, or Geth even. This kidnapping thing was very collector thing.
Well, there were no, just to be clear, there's no, no humans have recolonized this area, this particular settlement yet.
Oh, right, sorry. So
Right.
this is just guarding the empty buildings.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
you guys, they were just
Okay, my
guarding
bad.
the empty building to protect from pirates. You guys, this is the reason you're able to, reclaim here is because
Gotcha. I thought there were some colonists here, so that's okay.
there are colonists elsewhere on Ferris Fields.
but not in this building.
Not in this
area.
particular, no. Like, there's tons of these kind of things that are around. What you would hope for, like, absent whatever happened today, your plan was one more day of salvaging, head back, sell what we've got
Gotcha,
on our salvage,
gotcha.
And lay claim to the next abandoned settlement
go
that
to the
hasn't been
people.
recolonized.
Gotcha.
Right.
So, it's a lucky last day then, eh, Felix?
Yeah. Lucky as. Should we be
So-
doing something, or should we just be trying to get out of here? Is this our problem, Guldwrex?
Probably not, but
Wow.
maybe there might be some value in finding out what happened here.
That's true. There might be some value.
So one thing that's also on your sheet, Felix, is you have the ability to improvise repairs. So you can make improvised repairs even when you don't have the necessary tools. They don't last all that long, but even the shittiest, broken downest kind of stuff You can get it
Oh.
working for a little bit of time, which would include anything you could conceive as being in this facility.
Right. So maybe. Oh, yeah. I was going to say maybe
Maybe
there's some.
could you get cameras going? There all have been surveillance cameras, maybe.
Right, but the problem
Well,
is
they'd be
they
down.
may not have been running, yeah, so they wouldn't have captured anything. Might not tell us much.
One thing you would know here, you don't need to roll for this because you both have some points in knowledge technology. These communities will have like satellite connections and whatnot, and an equivalent of like a local internet type thing. But to facilitate local connections and local processing and whatnot, there's going to be servers somewhere here, a central computer, and it would be in this building.
So we could go and look at that. And also, can you read particularly the mechs outside that got blasted? Could you find out what they last saw recorded?
I could, yeah. I could try that. Maybe that would give us a clue.
Mm-hmm.
I say we go for it.
So you want to use repairs, I think, then?
Yeah.
So what you could do is you could roll, or you can just like expend. You can't roll take a 20, I don't think, because there's not enough of these things to use it. But what the taking a 10 would be you going through as many of these machines as possible, taking your time and trying to get it accessed.
Yeah, let's take a 10.
Okay. So what's your bonus repairs? A plus 11, you said?
Yeah, so it would be a 21. I think then maybe eventually I could get it.
Okay. So, Guldwrex, I think this is probably going to take, I don't know, maybe like an hour for Felix to be going through and like trial and erroring these things. What do you want to be doing during this time?
I would want to go and explore, but then I might trigger more of these damn mechs, so I'll probably be just keeping an eye on Felix.
Sure.
With my assault rifle.
Yeah.
Watch my back, yeah.
Why don't you give us a spot check, please? Okay. So, Felix, are you dragging these things into the building? Or are you just kind of working on them where they lay?
Because there's a little bit of cover. We know we've cleared that building out. We know there's some safety in it, so I think it makes the most sense.
You know the entrance to the area is cleared out. If it's a civic building, it's probably a little larger than just the entryway and the initial corridors, but you're right that area is open and nothing has come up to you in the interim.
Right.
Okay. Guldwrex, as you are keeping an eye out, that just, I think any Battlemaster worth their salt would know when they're being watched. And you can feel that here, but you can't see what it is that's watching you.
Yeah, there's eyes on us, Felix. And I'm guessing if it's something that's watching and not doing anything, it's not a mech. Is my guess.
So what you are able to recover or uncover, Felix, during your time, what's going through your mind as you're pulling these things up, too?
This is just our luck. Can't believe I'm in the middle of this,
It's very true.
Ugh.
Be better at cards, Felix, next time. Better at cards.
I thought I won. We were duped.
So the one thing that you do find finally is, and do you want to display this like on a wrist kind of thing? Do you want to make use of like a conference room here and a big screen to show what's on there?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. So you pull the data, you and Guldwrex go into a separate room, and you're able to, flick this up. For one, you were absolutely correct, Guldwrex. It was Geth who attacked here. You're right that there are different kinds of Geth as well. But it seems like it was only the humanoids that were involved here. Subtle differences between the models, between like infiltrators and soldiers and whatever, but none of the larger like
no crimes. This is good. You
might think so. The one that you were able to access, you can picture it's from the vantage of like, a camcorder that fell to the ground and was kind of, sputtering out with static and whatnot. So it's not a super clear picture, but what you definitely get a shot of is the individual who came up and was the last thing that this Loki saw before it finally shut down.
Ooh! A Solarian.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Would you like to tell Jeff who the Solarians are?
They are one of the other 3 council races, and they're short-lived, but they are sneaky, devious little bastards. That's how a Krogan would view them anyway. One of the bastards who did the genophage as well.
Yeah.
So
the Solarians developed it, the Turians deployed it.
Let me get my hands on that little devious critter.
So you have this on record now, too, Felix. And
evidence.
If you saw this person again,
responsible for this.
Of note, the Geth were not hostile with him at all.
But they are cunning scientists, I know that. Bit squishy as fighters, but I've got to tell them that they're... So maybe one of those, they hacked these Geth.
Would you give us I think you got knowledge tactics, Guldwrex. You're going to get some information from this as well, but I just want to see how much extra you might pick up. So there's something curious. The Geth were not... Like, it's easy to think of the Geth as like a, singular organism and whatever else, but there is a degree of autonomy with them. This is not the case with the Geth that you saw were walking along with him. They seemed as if they were slaved mechs in some way, just like you suspected. It's a limited perspective and a limited view you had on it, but whoever that Solarian is, the way that they were responding was as a small unit, with him as the valued officer or specialist.
Very strange, Felix. Very strange.
Could he have taken control of some Geth?
It seems... I've never heard such a thing. Don't ask me. I shoot things.
It certainly has the appearance of that. I don't know.
So it's an especially devious Solarian to do that.
It is. It could be very dangerous if he's capable of that.
But I guess maybe... Oh, Guldwrex wouldn't know that, so we'll forget that.
What are you thinking?
Well, the Geth that you see are just mechanical platforms. They're not beings. That's just the consciousness gets downloaded into them. So could this guy have downloaded another program into Geth bodies?
Oh, right. Yeah,
And they're not
possibly,
really Geth.
right?
They're just physical Geth.
Right, they're not true Geth, they're just their bodies.
Yep.
Geth zombies almost.
Yeah,
Exactly. Exactly. Geth zombies.
That's
the
a good
night
way
of
to
living
put it.
Geth.
Mm.
And this is a big deal. He's a real threat.
He's a major threat.
So that evidence of him is something of value, no doubt. Plus, he must be muscling in on our territory. The little devious bugger.
Yeah, do you think he's here running a salvage operation?
I guess. I mean, that's why he must have come in here and taken down the guards.
Yeah.
So he must be trying to strip this place.
What should we do? Hunt him down?
I'm trying to figure out where would the valuable stuff be.
Should we go after him?
Yeah, because if he's taking it all down, that means he's pillaging something worthwhile, and maybe we want something that's worthwhile.
True.
But I'm just trying to think, what would there be in this port that'd be worth stripping?
What's this?
Is there anything we know about this that we would think?
About Parapat and specifically?
Yeah.
It's a mining operation, although, like, you didn't find anything of value here.
Yeah, so this is, this is our claim, right? And it's not. So he must know something that we've not found out. So that means we've got to go and find him in his Geth. Although, that's a bit catching the tiger by the tail. Or whatever.
Whatever the Krogan equivalent thereof is.
Right.
Now, Felix, what you could do as well, I mentioned that the central server is here. While it's been inactive, that would be located in the community building, like this town hall that you're in, or near.
Well, let's go look for it then.
Do you think a Varen by the tail? Love it. Do you? So you guys would have had time to do full surveys in here before too. When you get a claim, there would be some amount of information about like what's of value here, so it's a mining town. It mines like metals and whatnot from here. Do you think you took any steps so far to look any further than that? This is not your first claim, so it's not like where you'd want to look under every corner. You'd probably want to be maximizing the time you have, because there's only two of you in this salvage operation, or in the reclamation operation. You want to get the high value shit, extract it, sell it, and then go on to the next place.
Right.
Because you'd think there would be metal ore that they'd extracted, and whether they'd done any processing. So you'd have thought we'd have gone and searched for any warehouses with that material in it. So I guess we did and didn't find anything?
Nothing in that, no. Nothing. Everything you found looked to be just simply like ore extraction and whatnot. Yeah.
Did you check for a ship?
You have checked for ships here before. You did not see anything new here, and you could check if there is I assume there's some kind of landing platform here. I don't know if you'd call it a starport necessarily, but there's probably that. You could go over and see if there's any evidence there. You also, what I assume, have not and maybe this is just because you've been doing this tedious task for so long. Do you think, Felix, every one of these places you go and, hack the shit out of the local computer to see if there's anything hidden?
Right. Probably.
So why don't you give us a hacking check, please?
Maybe there's something I missed.
So I think this is, you realize this may be one of these things you overlooked. You may have relied a little too heavily on, when you got here, you're like, oh, there's got to be some resources here right away. So you guys spend a day or two looking around trying to find anything, only to realize that someone has come here and carried off the valuable goods, perhaps when they dropped off these things. And then you were like, well, shit, what else do we do? And then got to your usual stuff. You didn't actually look in the computer yet.
Right. Well, check it out, I guess.
Okay. And the hacking is good enough. Let's see here. It appears as if there was a secret parallel operation going on here.
Oh.
There is a remarkably rare substance that can be found in the Mass Effect universe. James, you want to hazard a guess as to what I'm talking about?
ESO.
Would you like to tell Jeff? And what is it used for?
That's used to drive the Mass Effect cores, and so ESO is used for starships for their drives, and it also can affect biotics.
It appears that this was a bit of a elaborate front to work towards extracting a rare deposit of ESO located here.
Oh.
It seems that it had not reached the stage where they were ready, but they were fairly close. It is bad timing for when the collectors arrived. You don't, as far as I know, you don't know much about mining. Why don't you give us a knowledge technology check for you? And Guldwrex, you could give us a knowledge tactics. It's got to be an extraordinary success for either of you to be able to estimate the timing on this. Nat 20!
Is that what you were asking for?
That is absolutely what I'm asking for. So, Guldwrex, for whatever reason, you just happen to have insight. Like, we're talking about, like, a month and a half off from production. So, using the specific things, whatever corporation or person was operating this place likely was that far off from it, was from production.
Ooh.
This has got to have happened. Like, whatever happened here, this is what happened overnight. So, you have yet to go into the mine. But if someone has gone back in there and operated either... Because I guess the other thing I should tell you is that you are certain that this has been accessed recently. The added benefit of your hacking roll, someone else has accessed this information recently. Whatever the markers are of computer being rebooted and then shut back down again. Someone came in here, extracted that information, and then shut it back down again. So, whoever was working here before thought that there was some Ezo in that mine. And whoever was here seems to have learned that someone thought there was Ezo in that mine.
Yeah.
So that tricksy Solarian trying to get rich with this.
Yeah.
So the downside is, remember, mineral rights do not go with salvage. But if no one knows,
well, you know, we got the smelly end of the stick.
We really
hijack-
did.
The hijack crap bit. So now let's see if we can get the nice end of the stick.
Yeah. So what do you
Just
want?
got to deal with a few Geth.
Are they less dangerous if they're Geth zombies as opposed to true Geth?
The Emir suggests not.
Mm-hmm. Well then, let us prepare for a true fight.
So anything, I guess this is just a mining town. We just wondering if there's anything we can use to
Maybe we
even
could.
the odds.
Yeah,
Can we
maybe-
use anything with the mech's weapons?
Felix could kit bash those, what are they called? Mass driver cannons? However, I believe it's like 2d6 rounds that it still operates. Oh, maybe action, 2d6 actions. Let me take a look here. It is on page... That one was a far too... 65. Okay. It was way too big of a rules section for me to copy onto your character sheet in a reasonable time there, Jeff, and I figured you weren't going to...
Oh yeah, it
Yeah.
was huge. But maybe we can hack something together. Maybe their reliance on technology, it can be their downfall.
What's your intelligence modifier? Is it +2 or +3?
Intelligence is +2.
Functional for 2 hours. Now, this is not just repairing it. That would also be a matter of repurposing or refurbishing the thing, because it's not designed to fire in this thing's arm. You're trying to also kind of jury-rig a trigger, so it's probably a shorter period of time. But the Emir's mass accelerator cannons, just FYI, 1d8 damage, 1d8 plus 2 damage with auto fire 10. And a range increment of 60 feet. So it's going to blow through. That's like 1d8 plus 12 against shields.
I know a Krogan who can do this. Let's try that.
Yeah,
If
let's
you
go
want to try
for it. Yeah.
So you're going to try and repurpose that mass accelerator cannon?
Yeah.
So there's a neat thing in the game. You actually have a skill in heavy weapons. Let's see here. It's in the equipment chapter. I didn't have you guys equipped with any heavy weapons.
Yeah,
so
I've got heavy weapon 5, indeed.
you do. I believe that's the bonus to hit you use for it. And I'm pretty sure these things are heavy weapons. Or would count as them. Let's see here. Heavy weapons, here we go. Oh, how many? So heavy weapons, unlike normal weapons, do damage through to the next layer.
Ah, that's the ones. Okay, so it's D8 plus 12 going through.
It requires 2 hands to be used. Because they're made with a skill check, they cannot score critical hits. That's interesting. And cannot benefit from powers. But, let's see here. Accelerator cannon. Oh, they don't have a table for them. They have them individually. Grenade launcher. A black hole gun. There's some pretty devious shit in here, guys. That is... freeze gun.
We might have an advantage too, Guldwrex. The salvager may not know we're here.
Yep, maybe. I mean, if he's down the mine, he may not have heard our little fracas.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of recommend after my Fallout game that the use of heavy weapons is most amusing.
Definitely. So probably that's... I can use the stats for... heavy machine gun is probably somewhat comparable. Rate of fire of 12 and damage 1d12. You make a heavy weapons check. This weapon can score a critical by obtaining a nat 20. And unlike other weapons, it can only score a second critical roll if the final attack is 20 points higher than the target's defense. I don't know what that means. Your strength is good enough for this. The recoil is obscene. That's a lot of damage, though. And they can pierce through objects as if they had rank 1 of the armor piercer ammo power, which I assume reduces DR by 1. That is something we forgot to do, too. Fuck, Guldwrex, you have a DR 2 on your armor. So every hit that went to your hit points, it would have been 2 less.
Ah, okay, but oops.
Yeah, so just good to remember for, I mean, there's a lot, if we remembered as much as we did tonight, that was pretty good.
Oh my goodness, yeah. This game is very complicated.
So, there's the mine, there's the empty place here. What are you guys doing? Are you getting your accelerator cannon ready to go down into the mines?
Yeah, how many hours did you say it would take?
For this, that's a good question. It would last for 2 hours.
Oh, it lasts 2 hours.
For that, yeah. But it does require a repair roll for it. You take -4 on the repair roll, and let me tell you what it was page 65. Improvised repairs. Ooh, first you need to give us a DC 20 survival to find the pieces necessary for the repairs.
Oh, okay. Here we go. I got a 50-50 roll 20.
Nat 1. So you know what that means?
Why don't we just finish the session the way we started it?
The way we're finishing the session is with Felix going a little further than what he wanted. And you want to guess what you find? You picture that you open up a shed and then another, like, ones that have been corrupted but we're not fighting. They stand there ready to face you. So that is a perfect cliffhanger ending for first time. So what did you guys think of Mass Effect? I mean, like, it's going to be interesting because, Jeff, you were seeing just as the game and then the setting vicariously, but James, this is going to be how much it'll be the setting that you're familiar with, but the game is going to be relatively new to you because I don't think you've played a lot of D20 system games, right?
No.
What did you guys think?
Almost none. It's good. It's good. It feels fun. It's and you've got a few options. You know, your incinerate, my throw, and but I like playing it. You know, setting works. Setting good.
I like it. There's a lot of fiddly bits. Like you said, I think it would help if you had a sort of a character sheet thing made in front of you that was like a printout of your abilities with some dice to set on them to like roll forward and back each time you know, maybe some spin down dice or whatever, like they use in Magic or whatever, that just roll from 1 to 2 to 3 as you turn them, not like a normal one where you're finding the number, but and just for all your abilities and stuff, so you can just easily track everything, because it is kind of simulating the way video game stuff works, but on paper that's a little tedious.
Yeah, I like it.
I do like it, but if I was more prepared for it, I think it would be less painful.
Yeah,
like
and that's
as a campaign.
I agree that I think that it was interesting seeing the decisions you guys were making about your abilities too, which was very cool. I think I was skeptical of the degree of little fiddly bits that are in here, but I don't feel like it slowed down play significantly. This is about as fast as what we had in any other first-time game, and the fight was pretty fucking exciting, I think. Like, you guys were making interesting decisions. The progressive wearing down of the abilities was really cool. Very different from what you would do. The pace in standard D20 games, James, way faster. I think you go down a lot faster just because all you're going through is through the hit points. It was very cool having those hard stops where it didn't matter how hard you were hit. Boom, that's one stage down, so your plating is down. Doesn't matter if I rolled 17 points of damage, it only goes to whatever, sucks up your remaining shields, your remaining plating, and whatever.
Yeah, that can be quite fun, because you get a little bit more linger in the game a bit more. And that whole thing of stripping layers of protection is very Mass Effect. So you've got to knock down, and then I think you could get it faster, because as you say, if you're prepared, and even if you've got your ammo and all this, but you just need to know your gun. You don't need to know every gun.
Yeah.
So if you're a player and you can really prepare and you know your skills, and you know that as soon as you see the shields go down, in that case the armor go down, you use throw, because now they're unprotected, and so you don't need to do loads of thinking. As soon as I saw the red bar, you go.
Yeah. Well, the thing I would change too, we didn't I wasn't sure what biotic. I wanted to take one biotic ability for you, Felix, just because it's neat that you have an option to take all three varieties of things. Because you didn't use it, I was tossing up between a melee attack one, which is what you got, and one that kind of creates a barrier to protect you. And I think
that might have been cool.
Yeah, and I think I would definitely swap that out on the character, because we never saw it at the table, because that I think would play much more to how you were playing, of kind of hanging back, like Guldwrex get up there and mix it up, and you using your abilities to fuck up the other side.
He's more of a controller. Yeah, Felix is more of a controller type character, or whatever you want to call that. And so I think that a shield would be good for him. Yeah. Especially if you were somewhere more open and there wasn't cover to be taking advantage of, that would be very important.
Boy, does cover make a fucking difference, eh?
I've always liked games. I mean, I think any shooting game should take advantage of cover as rule. And it's just because it's funny. It gives good defense to people who are being ranged, but it also gives reason for melee characters to charge in and break through that sort of cover, right? Right? If you get close enough, they're not undercover anymore. And so I like that. I think there's good interplay there of staying ranged, and also benefits for both ranged and melee characters, which is kind of fun. And Kev, you said these were the high level characters?
These are so they're level 5. Oh, sorry. Yeah. So the Krogan advance slower than other character classes. They require 15% more XP than the others. And the reason I wanted to do that for this one, that's why Guldwrex is level 4, Felix is level 5, is because after our first session, Guldwrex would gain enough XP to catch up. So welcome to level 5, Guldwrex.
Nice.
And
I was going to say that I didn't think that they felt overpowered or anything. I thought they were just an interesting amount of power level and abilities.
Absolutely. Like we played Conan, where characters were made with kind of like overpowered stats, and those characters feel like, to a degree, felt like glass cannons in some cases, at least for the ones that were like super hyper focused on combat. But I don't think I didn't feel like that at all with this. I think that was a really, I think the fight played out the way that it's expected to in this game. And I love that you guys get your fucking shields back. You know, like that is a really neat mechanic of having auto fire be the thing that whittles your shield down. So, you know, it does suck up a bit of damage, but if someone's using auto fire against you, it's probably going to chew through that pretty quickly. Or you can use cover. But regardless of that, you know, that set aside, it's awesome that you get that bucket of hit points back at the start of every encounter.
Yeah.
You know, it's cool having an in-fiction explanation for why you're like, okay, I mean, like, there's other games that have stamina that do the exact same thing, or like Vitality or whatever. I think it's Vitality in Star Wars, but it's cool that that's a in-universe thing that reflects that my tech is what's keeping me up and moving right now. The DR of my high-tech armor protects me a little bit. The shields protect me a little bit. But if I get through that, I'm just as mortal as any normal person. That feels pretty fucking cool. Yeah,
I liked it.
Awesome. All right,
it's good. Thank you very much. Thanks
you're
for
very welcome. This is a lot of fun.
Mass Effect universe.
Yeah. So then, for those, and you guys didn't even have a healer either. You had no dedicated healer, so no one who knew, you know, medicine or whatever else. So like, there's lots of niche protection that can still go on in here, or someone who is much more into biotics than the guns or the tech stuff the way you guys are. So lots of variety for characters. But for those listening at home, thank you so much for joining us for this expedition to Ferris Fields. Ferris Fields, incidentally, Jeff, is an in-canon place too.
Cool.
It is mentioned one character who is on the crew had a husband who was stationed at Ferris Fields, but you don't know anything. Yeah, but you don't know anything else about it. Unless you do talk to one obscure person, but there's nothing else you learn about Ferris Fields. So it was a nice little leftover thing. Everything I used too is either in-universe art or concept art from the setting too. So
cool.
Tried to stay as authentic as I could with it. But for those listening at home, again, there is a link down below where you can get this. This game is for free. It is like 400 pages of content. And there's more information like character sheets and whatnot that is on the author's website, which you can link down below. It's a gorgeous looking website as well. In addition, if you have any comments, questions, or concerns about the session or the game, please don't hesitate to leave a comment in the comment section down below, and I'll endeavor to reply in a timely fashion. There's also a link down below to the Dungeon Musings Discord server, where all of us are active. We have channels there dedicated to this game, to most of the games we run on the channel, most of our campaigns, as well as a bunch of other stuff like finding a group or GM discussion. I'm going to post the character sheets for these characters over there on the Assorted Games channel. Just as soon as I finish up here, I'll do that. There's also other many helpful, knowledgeable, and friendly people over there, so you're more than welcome to join us if you'd like. There's also a link down below to our friends at Noble Knight Games. Noble Knight Games is the preeminent unionized retailer of hard-to-find and out-of-print RPGs in North America. Not only do they have an incredible selection of new role-playing games, board games, and card games, they have an unmatched selection of hard-to-find and out-of-print RPGs. If they don't have in stock something you're looking for, you can put it on a want list and they'll send you an email when it comes in. And if you make a purchase of $10 or more through their website, be sure to enter the code Happy Muse Year. It's listed in the description of this video. It'll save you 10% on any purchase. It's all caps, all one word, and that'll change as of April 15, 2025. So if you're listening to this after that time, come back to one of our more recent videos and you'll see what the discount code is there. The last thing I will say is an enormous thank you to our stalwart, what do we call them? Our stalwart specters. So, James and Jeffrey, thank you so much for playing. This is one of my, honestly, one of the most fun, pick-up one-shots I've run. With how much I thought the game was going to be complicated, this ran very smoothly for role-playing purposes and for fighting purposes. So thank you very, very much, guys. I really appreciate you getting your head fully in the game for this one. This was a lot of fun to run.
Cool.
For those listening at home, we'll be back in 2 weeks' time, likely in the Coronis Expanse once again. But until then, we hope that we gave you a few hours to take your mind off the troubles of our world and think about the troubles that these stalwart troublemakers, Guldwrex and Felix, are encountering as they're just trying to pay off a gambling debt. And until we see you again, stay safe, stay healthy, and happy gaming.